This story begins with a little girl named Elaina who loved to read books. Her favorite book was The Adventures of Nike. Once she asked her mom to be a witch and her mother told her that she had to study a lot for that. She agreed and said she wanted to explore the world too. Her parents agreed because they thought that she was just a child. Time passed, and she worked and studied very hard and became the youngest graduate of Robetta at the age of 14. Now she was eating food with her parents and was concerned about her teacher because when she went to the witches of Robetta they refused her to accept her as a student. Nobody allowed her even to enter their house. She was sad, and she heard her parents talk about a stardust witch. The next morning, she went to find her and when she saw her, she was shocked and was about to leave, but she stopped and was about to ask her, but the witch already knew her name. Elaina was shocked she was about to leave, and the witch friend told her that she could teach her magic. Elaina stopped with joy. Now they started living together and Fran was only asking her to do household work. Elaina was doing so silently. But with the passage of time, Elaina was getting bored and angry because she was there for learning, not for doing household stuff. One day Elaina was making food and Fran asked her what she was making. Elaina was in a mood, and Fran thought it was time and asked her for a test. Now they went out and Fran started attacking, but Elaina was resisting, running, but she was attacking back. Suddenly she stood up and attacked, but Fran resisted the attack, and they started fighting, but Elaina was weak and couldn't resist all the attacks. She failed and Fran was standing in front of her. Her vision got blurred, Elena's eye got wet, and she started crying. Fran was shocked. She tried to stop her crying, but she wasn't able to do that. Fran suddenly hugged her, and Elaina started yelling to get her frustration out. Fran told her that she understood her feelings, but she had not done this with intention. Elena's parents told her to do that. They even bribed her, and she got ready for that. Fran told her that Elaina was a very good girl because she had not refused Fran even once, but she advised her to be a little bit sincere with herself. She could say no to a thing if Elaina didn't find it good, because we didn't have to say yes for everything. Elaina was happy to hear that because no one had advised her like this before. Fran apologized to her for troubling her. Elaina was first time advised like this, and from that day Elena's real training started. She was enjoying all the time together with Fran and her teachings. Elaina had learned a lot of things, including saying no. One day when she was fighting with Fran, Elaina defeated her and won. Fran was shocked and told her that her training was complete today. Fran gave her a new brooch and asked for her title. Fran gave her the title Ashen Witch when Elaina asked the logic behind it. Fran told her that her hair was like ash, and this suited her, so that's why Fran printed that title on the brooch. She told her that now she'd be going because she was there to meet with someone. When Elaina asked, she didn't answer her. This was a sad goodbye and Fran left with her magic. Now Elaina was with her parents. She asked them to travel. Her mother asked her to promise 3 things. First, she had to remember that whenever danger came, she had to flee. Second, she had not to believe that she was special. Third, she had to come back one day. Her father was a little sad, but they saw off her with best wishes and Elaina left. Now she was flying using her broom. She was thinking about the status of magic users because there were 3 levels of magic users. On top there were witches and other ones were below that level. Now she saw a city of magic users, and when she tried to go inside nobody stopped her. When she asked the reason, the guards told her that they knew she was a magic user. Magic users can go inside the city easily. She was happy and went inside. She was enjoying that everyone was flying with brooms. Suddenly a girl bumped into her. Elaina was calm, but the girl was worried about the mess she had done. Elaina gave her handkerchief and started repairing the rooftop by using her magic, and she repaired it. Now she healed the girl too and left. Elaina started visiting and checking the hotels, but no one was ready to give her a room, and she was disappointed. Suddenly she found an inn and went inside. It was a little weird, but when she went inside, she saw that girl. The girl was shocked and afraid that Elaina would torture her, but Elaina told her that she wanted a room only. The girl gave her a register to write her information and introduced herself. Her name was Saya. Elaina was looking at her brooch, which was missing. Now they started searching for the brooch, but they didn't find it. Now she was in the tub and thought that how careless she was. She had to take good care of that brooch. Suddenly Saya summoned her. She was in her room using spare keys, but Elaina taught her a good lesson. Saya asked her to teach her how to become a witch, and Elaina asked for the reason she wanted to be a witch, and she could teach her. Till then she'll also find her brooch. Saya showed her an image of her elder sister and told her that they both came here to become witches, but her sister passed the exam and left. Now she wanted to go home but wasn't able to because she wasn't passing the exam. Elaina agreed to teach her and thought that she was lucky to find her first student. Now Elaina started teaching and telling her about the exam. They started with teaching broom playing, and Elaina was shocked to see that Saya was doing pretty well in her first attempts. Now they were having dinner and Saya didn't like the mushrooms, But Elaina told her that she didn't have to be picky, and she had to eat her mushrooms too. Elaina gave her all the mushrooms from her food. Now the next day Elaina started teaching her the wind magic and Saya was a little weak. Elaina told her how to do this and grabbed her hand to teach her, but Saya was a little shy. And this didn't go well. Now she was searching for her brooch and a lady called her. She told her that she knew something. Elaina bribed her and she told her everything. Now Elaina was sleeping and Saya came and asked to sleep with her, and Elaina agreed. Elaina told her that she was pretty good now in magic, but Saya grabbed her hand and said she was happy that Elaina was with her. But Elaina asked her to return the brooch because the old lady had told her everything. Saya was the one who stole the brooch. Elaina told her that he wasn't her sister. Saya started crying, but Elaina stopped her and started sympathizing with her. Elaina gave her a cap as her memory gift and Saya was sadly happy. She hugged her. At night Elaina wrote her diary and slept. Saya was happy to see Elaina close to her. Now Elaina had traveled a little and she was reading the newspaper and she saw the news of Saya's passing the witch exam and her speech that she wanted to meet a stranger again in the future. Now Elaina was going through a forest and it was a little shady. Suddenly she went out and saw a beautiful land of flowers. She was very happy to see that. She saw a girl there and asked if she was taking care of it. The girl told her that she was also a random girl, but she gave her a bouquet to deliver to the next country. She took that after some questions, and when she went to the next country the guard stopped her and said she couldn't take the flowers inside. She was arguing with him and suddenly his senior came and told him to go away. The senior guard also told Elaina that the flowers were dangerous, and she had to leave them there. She was shocked to hear that, and he burned them. At night she thought that she had read about the poisonous flowers in a book, and she was concerned about the girl. When she went there to check she saw the guard was covered in bushes and was happy to see his sister. Elaina didn't stop him, and he also converted into a plant and Elaina left from there. Now she was flying and suddenly someone was summoning her. When she went close, he was a boy named Emil. He asked her why she was there and told her that he was collecting happiness in a bottle to make someone happy. Elaina told him that she also remembered a story of a man who was collecting memories for her wife because he wanted to show his wife because she was ill and was at home. When Emil asked about the ending, she said she didn't remember right now. He asked her to go with him and they started moving. He was very excited, and when they reached, he talked and made her agree to have lunch with him at his house. She went there and saw a maid girl named Nino. She was a bit nervous and was doing her work. Emil came and said his father found her and Elaina asked about his father and Emil told her that he was busy. Nino went to do her work and Emil told her that he would help her. She refused, but he insisted, and Nino agreed. Elaina was sitting and suddenly the father who was mayor came and Elaina introduced herself. The mayor looked at her from top to bottom very weirdly. She was uncomfortable because he was staring at her while they were sitting. They were served the food and after lunch, Emil again started helping Nino and Elaina asked the mayor about Nino. The mayor told her that he bought her as a slave because she was pretty and useful. He had bad eyes. When she asked about Emil, the mayor told her that Emil would also understand with time. Now Nino was doing her work and Emil summoned her. She got shocked and dropped the jug. The mayor started yelling at her and Elaina scared him and repaired the jug with her magic. Mayor was shocked and they thanked her. Now she was with Emil, and she advised him that Nino would be upset and he had to surprise her with his gift. He went there and showed her. They opened the bottle, and the happiness he had collected was very amazing and peaceful. She was happy to see that. Emil told her that he'd make her happy like these memories, and she started crying. He grabbed her. Now they see off Elaina, and while going she remembers the end of the story. When the man showed the memories to his wife, she was happy but ended her life. Because some things are not the same for others as they are for others. What happened with Nino, Elaina didn't know and she didn't want to know. Subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.